Hello everyone and welcome back. We are at the Tech Capital's InfraAI Summit and I'm joined by Alexandros Bechrakis, Managing Director at Digital Realty. Thank you so much for joining me. I think, you've had a very packed day from the morning. You had a session. Tell me a bit about how that went and what were some of the key points that you wanted to discuss and you managed to get across to the audience.
I will let the audience talk themselves, but what I can say is that it was an impressive, I would say, event with real international reach. We got a lot of feedback and very nice questions and a lot of interaction throughout the event, both in the rooms and in the beautiful surrounding in the Athens Riviera. We have been proud to be here and sponsor the event and support this first effort of Tech Capital here. My main takeaway points would be that there is a lot of interest from the industry, a lot of new developments happening across the board and across the world, some of them in Greece, and many of them driven by us here in Athens, where we continue building our existing, the largest in the country campus, and also our new developments in Heraklion, Crete, to support our Mediterranean strategy, as Digital Realty's position is already strong in the Mediterranean, and we are enhancing that to support Europe's secure connectivity to the other continents, and better latency, better user experience for parts of Europe through Crete, Athens, and beyond. So that would be the main points.
Thank you. You spoke about the campus that Digital Realty has in Greece. Tell me what makes Greece so attractive, I guess, from a data center infrastructure perspective.
The main, let's say, points that makes us an interesting place is that we are now a stable economy, having fully recovered from the crisis, economic crisis. We have an extrovert government and people. We have a good environment, not only if you compare us with the rest of Europe, but especially if you compare Greece to its surrounding countries, which Southern Europe has more issues, let's say, than Central and Northern Europe, and I think Greece is standing out as a good example of a recovered economy, going through fast pacing to solving a century-old problems. So I think this is understood by most investors. That's why we are seeing renewed interest, not only the data center area, not only the tourist, of course, industry, but even in other more traditional sectors.
That's very interesting. And how would you compare it to like the rest of Europe, for example?
I think we are getting there. We are not as mature, of course, as other economies, but Digital Realty is present in 30 countries, so we have a presence as a company virtually in all critical hubs in the world and in all continents. So for me, it's not about comparing; it's about doing the right part, playing the right part in this part of the world, doing right and closing the gaps as soon as possible with the rest of, let's say, the mature or more mature countries.
And where do you think, I guess, this region in the next 2 to 3 years, how do you picture it happening, especially with like AI and all the conversations that have been happening today about just the need for more and the growth trajectory?
We are at an inflection point, so it's very difficult to predict the future right now. One thing that I am rather certain of is that data centers and connectivity through data center hubs like ours will continue to be anchors on the developments that are going to happen, whatever path they may eventually take. As I said earlier in my keynote, the change in the environment due to AI, the quantum that is happening, the deep geopolitical changes that we are feeling this during this period. One thing is certain, that a lot of processing will be happening, more concern for data sovereignty will be happening, more AI and productivity from AI will be required. All of these things that are certain to happen, will have increased demand on infrastructure like ours, hybrid, multi-tenant, meeting places, data centers that can provide these services to all the companies that want to succeed in the future.
And is there a variety in the type of data centers that are being produced by Digital Realty currently? Like, is the company leaning towards a certain type? Like, are we leaning towards hyperscale, or are we leaning towards the more edge?
Digital Realty has a long history on covering the needs of multiple markets, multiple sectors in its market.
So it depends on wherever.
We do have a lot of hyperscale builds, and we do some still, but certainly our, more of our interest is how we can be useful by being the meeting places of data, of companies, of ecosystems, where more added value can be created through their interactions. Which means that we don't focus on hyperscale alone, we focus on the rest of the business, which means that we build our data centers and we'll build our operations teams and our full support mechanism, from commercial to, of course, technical support, towards the needs of also enterprise and connectivity players. And for us, this is very important. It is, I would say, the most important part of our strategy, and certainly is the part of the strategy that we implement in Greece, including Athens and Crete.
Perfect. And my final question for you, what excites you about the industry currently?
The certainty of some things and the uncertainty of some other things. So I think certain that data centers will continue to be relevant, but we need also, and this is the uncertain part, to be able to adjust fast in a fast-changing environment. And this is, the bet. This is where, we need to succeed in order to be a long-term successful company. And I think we are doing the right things about this.
Perfect. Alexandro, thank you so much for talking to me, and thank you so much for being a part of the InfraAI Summit. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And for you at home, thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our latest news on our website. At the Tech Capital, you lead, we report. Bye for now.